Hey everyone, Stanley here from Wedding Munchies. Today I'm taking you inside Aria Banquets in Prospect, Connecticut. I work at Wedding as a lighting technician for a DJ company, which give me this behind the scenes access. In this video, full venue tour, that signature staircase, and complete food review. I try 11 different items. Honest insider look at Aria. So let's get into it. Alright, quick vendor perspective here. And this is actually matters if you're planning a wedding or if you're a wedding vendor watching this. So we are coming through the vendor entrance at Aria. Parking is right here. We were able to pull the van up pretty close to the door, but as you see me struggling before loading in to the sidewalk, please be careful because that floor is not balanced. So load in is straightforward. You're not dealing with stairs. You're not hauling equipment through a long hallway. It is basically right from the parking area into the venue. From here, straight shot to the ballroom, no complicated routes, no tight corners with equipment carts. For couples, this seems like a small detail, but your vendor appreciate this. Easy load in means smoother setup, less stress for your DJ, your photographer, your florist, everyone. And when your vendors are happy and not stressed, that usually means a better experience for your wedding day. So this is the main ballroom. First thing you notice, that crystal chandelier. It is massive, catches the light beautifully. The room can hold about more than 300 guests comfortably. High ceiling, which is great for photos and give it that elegant feel. Now this is Aria's signature feature, the marble staircase. This is what you see in all the photos, and honestly, it is even more impressive in person. Couples use this for their grand entrance. It is amazing for photos, and it just sets the tone when guests arrive. It is a real showstopper. They got a separate ceremony space. This ceremony building was built probably like last year, I believe, and it is really nice inside. It is nice that you're not cramming ceremony into the same room where you will have a reception. It gives you that separation, and that is the beauty of it. Alright, let's get into the food. Quick heads up, I filmed during the actual wedding while cocktail hour was happening. So some trays are picked over. This isn't staged. This is what you actually see. I'm walking you through everything I tried, what it looked like, how it tastes, whether I recommend it, starting with the vendor's meal, then all the cocktail hour options. So today I'm gonna go review the chicken vendor's meal. And the chicken, I'm not gonna lie, I believe it's definitely a breast chicken. I don't think it's a chicken thigh because they never serve chicken thigh. It's always like a chicken breast, and it's definitely covering with some, not sure, some gravy sauce, and it has like an asparagus on it, but it's definitely not like a sweet potato, that kind of gravy like that. And the texture, oh my god, is not even soggy at all. When you bite on the first bite, you could tell that how they prep the chicken is so freaking tender that you couldn't even tell a difference. It felt like the chicken is undercooked, but it wasn't. That's how juicy the meat is. But you'd be surprised. There are other venues that they do raise their own animals, so that could be it too, that why their chicken is like very and soft like that. And the flavor, I would say, is could be a little bit salty side on it, but I still think it has like a really good punch of the flavor is not as extremely very like overpowered, but it's just perfect that I'm able to eat it without drink plenty of water like that, you know. But coming from my comparison, when it comes to the vendor meals, especially coming from a vendor, I really think that this type of chicken is very rare to to serve a really like that great. Like we're talking about like, oh my god, like you will never forget about that. It is tastes so freaking goddamn good. So I just wanted to let you know that if I want to rate this from 1 through 10, I gotta give it as a 10 out of 10. That's how good is it. 10 is the best, 1 is the worst. So definitely get the chicken, okay? Seems like he got the bass fish. I believe that's what it looked like. And it definitely has like rice on it on the bottom and covered with other gravy. I didn't really try exactly the gravy, but it's definitely tastes more very soft and tender. Like when you bite the fish, you could definitely tell that it is very super fresh, because that meat literally broke it apart. I was like, oh my god, it's actually not as bad. When it comes to the flavor side, it's not really too greasy. It's definitely tastes more like a fish, of course. It's not too spicy, but it could be a little bit sweet side, but it could be a little bit salty too. So if I would say a comparison of other venues, I don't know. I mean, some of the venues when they serve seafood, it's usually is always like pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's as bad, but with Aria bass fish, I really think is pretty decent. So if I will give a rating or recommendation for this, 1 out of 10, I will give it about like maybe 8 out of 10. Will I choose a dish? I would definitely choose it. So if all your seafood out there who love to eat fish, definitely get the sea bass, okay? Alright, so we have this called the coconut shrimp. Well, like I say again, a lot of venues does serve this type of cocktail dishes. Usually when there's Asian crowd, they will serve kind of more like the shrimp tempura, that kind of comparison. And I would say the texture is pretty good size. I would say it's like big. It's almost like compared to like a large shrimp, I would say it. So it's definitely very crispy. I usually don't eat these type of food because most of the time it usually tastes very frozen. But the way how they make it is very crispy, and it definitely has some flavor, savory. They do have sauce on the side, like a chili sauce, but I didn't really bother to use any sauce. I just eat it like straight up like that. So compared to any other venue, I would say for the rating is definitely like 7 out of 10, is considered as a decent type of shrimp. Okay, the next cocktail dish will be the Italian cocktail meatballs. Well, truthfully, this cocktail meatball from Italian, well, it's a meatball. It's not the big meatball as you're looking at the video. It's very small. It's kind of more like a finger food, this kind of type. And you know what? It tastes like regular meatball. Nothing really special. It's just covered with red pasta sauce or whichever sauce is it, to me, I don't think it's something that special, but if all you people out there who love meatballs, then definitely go for it. If I want to rate this meatball, I will say like about 4 out of 10, Not my thing. It's not like I don't like meatballs, but it's just like the way how they cooked it. I wouldn't recommend or wanted to serve it for my guests. So, as of right now, I'm actually looking at the pasta station. I don't know what's the name of it. They don't have the name of the sign, but it looks like a pesto sauce on it. Like I say, when it comes to cocktail hour, I usually do not touch the carb, but I wouldn't mind to try the pasta. But the way how they make it, it is very, very like wow, like amazing. Like the texture, pasta is pasta. Everybody know it. When you bite on it, it could be really tender or it could be really hard. It depends how they make it. But the flavor wise, wow, it is definitely blow your mind. It's savory for sure. It's not very a pesto, but it's not spicy at all. But it all depends if you want to put some red pepper on it. But let me tell you this, if I need to rate this as a pasta station, I would give this as a 10 out of 10. I could literally eat this like almost like every single day if I were to do it. And there's also the red pasta too. The red pasta I will say is okay. I wouldn't prefer or recommend it compared to the green pasta because the red pasta just tastes like very generic to me. But if I were to give the rating, I'll probably give like about 4 out of 10, Not really my thing like that. But the next one that I'm about to go review will be the polenta porcini. So polenta porcini is like a creamy cornmeal with flavor with porcini mushroom. That's basically what it is like that. It has like a very earthy, savory, and the polenta is look like a mashed potato. So basically, like it don't have any meat, but it has like a mushroom on top of it. But I'm not gonna lie, this dish of the flavor usually is about a little bit dry, but it's earthy, savory, like not sweet, but it's not spicy too also. And it kind of look like, how do I look like? You know what, guys? It looks like when you cut a slice of a soft tofu, like that type of layer. That's how it looks like, and it covered with a lot of creamy sauce on it. But if I wanted to give this a rating, it's definitely 10 out of 10. I highly recommend this food because it's creamy, it's fragrant, it's not greedy, and not overpowered. Definitely recommend to try these dishes, guys. Okay, so the next cocktail food that I'm about to try, it is called scallops wrapped in bacon. Come on, you guys come to the wedding at the cocktail hours, they usually always serve this. But let me tell you this, the way how they wrap the bacon and scallop, The scallop wrap with bacon, it's not very huge. It's kind of more like a finger food. So it's definitely could be not very oily. But when you bite the texture, it is a little bit crispy for sure. That bacon, how they wrap it, and that scallop of how it tastes is savory for sure. And I could literally, I'm actually a bacon fan, but even though I don't eat that much because it's very fatty, but I really love this. Has a really good punch of flavor, and mostly a lot of venues when they serve this is usually doesn't taste as very crispy. But for Aria, with this type of cocktail food, I'm gonna give this a rating from out of 1 to 10. 10 out of 10. Please, if you ever see this food at Aria, definitely need to grab more than 5. Okay, the next cocktail dish we're about to review will be the seafood stuffed mushroom. Alright, this is not gonna be looking that great for sure. How it look like? Of course, you see every single wedding venue that they serve like stuffed mushroom on top of all the stuff like that. But when I bite it, it definitely seems a little bit soggy in the end. It's very mushy like that. Is does taste like mushroom for sure, but wherever they put on the top the seafood, I just couldn't picture it that it tastes very wonderful. It is a savory dishes, and I'm just not a big fan when it comes to the stuffy mushroom like that. The way how they make it is not as very, it's not, we're not talking about the portobello mushroom. We're talking about like a very small mushroom that we're talking about. Because there are not a lot of wedding venue that I know how to make a good stuffed mushroom like that. So if I wanted to give this a rating 1 out of 10, I will give this as a 2 out of 10. Not my thing, but if you guys love the stuffed mushroom, hey, feel free to try it. You let me know that if it's like good or really terrible. It's the short rib over polenta. Wow, let me tell you this. This is definitely coming from Italian dishes, and it's like rich, tender beef with soft, creamy base, and it literally the beef itself is definitely very tender. I didn't even know that was a beef, but until I eat it, it's definitely tastes very rich. Cause rich by it's a lot of beef flavor. It's juicy, so slow cooking, keeping moisture in. And then of course it's very tender because meat should pull apart easily like that. And that's why the polenta is actually made of cornmeal. So it's not like very mushy. It's kind of more like slightly grainy side like that, you know. And usually the sauce, it covers not like a red sauce like that, you know, but it's definitely has like a really a good flavor, not very salty. So if I wanted to give this rating, I would say 1 out of 10. Definitely 10 out of 10. Must get this food, okay? Alright, so I'm about to come through with my final cocktail review. The last thing I wanted to review will be the cold station, which is they do have varieties of fruits, and if you want to grab other like we have like mushrooms, olive, we have like a different type of cheese too, pasta, and also, which is pretty cool, I didn't really get a chance to capture it, but they did serve a hot pizza too. And that pizza, I'm gonna tell you this, is actually really crispy. You know, like there are some venues that do serve pizza on the side, literally, but it's not coming from a brick oven. Brick oven would be so nice, like the Pomona farm. You guys know it. But The pizza they serve is actually not too bad. It doesn't taste like school pizza, I would say, because they do cut it into like a small square pizza for sure. And I think that the pizza is definitely tastes savory for sure. They do have like regular pizza, broccoli pizza, spinach, I'm not sure if they have any meat, I would say. But yeah, definitely go for the pizza. And guess what? What everybody is waiting for. The only thing that people are looking forward to eat will be the dessert. So Aria has a variety of dessert. I do see that they serve a lot of cakes and a lot of pastry and fruits as well too. And I really think that how they serve it is very, very presentable. But I'm sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to eat them because I was so stuffed with my vendor meal and cocktail food. So if you guys ever try it, please let me know of how sweet is it, because I do have a sweet tooth too. They also serve like look like a homemade cannoli dessert too also. And not gonna lie, they also serve like hot food. They got like shredded pork sandwich with like fries. If you guys wanted to pick out, definitely feel free, because like I say, I couldn't eat it anymore. But I had the fries. The fries is excellent, it's good. They do serve ice cream. Like I say, I did not get a chance to try it, but I feel like the dessert, how they present themselves, is very lovely. But please leave me a comment down below to see if the dessert that you guys had in Aria, and to see if it is really sweet or not. All right, that's all for the dessert, guys. Bottom line, will I recommend Aria? The food at Aria, my honest opinion, let me tell you this, guys. The cocktail hours, polenta porcini, scallop with bacon, short rib polenta, those are like the awesome, delicious food that I really like to enjoy during the cocktail hours. And even the vendor's meal, like they gave me a chicken. It was so tender and juicy. 10 out of 10, guys. And also the venue itself. It is beautiful, elegant, classic. And that marble staircase is the showstopper. Well maintained and good for photos, and especially for your grand entrance too. Now, from a vendor standpoint, easy load-in, helpful staff, smooth operation, and Aria's staff are very friendly too, don't forget. So, who is Aria good for? Couple looking for traditional elegance, classic style, certain vibe? If that's your style, definitely worth touring. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. More honest venue reviews coming through 2026. I'm Stanley. I'm with Wedding Munchies. See you in the next one.